So I am a fan of distributor Angel Studios. I think this is a group that does a very good job at balancing the needs of faith-based filmmaking with pop culture sensibilities like action or comedy. And so I'm always excited when they have a new movie. And guess what? They got a new one in theaters this weekend. Hey everybody, I'm McBride, the movie guy, and today let's talk about David.
Are you going to sing or what?
Follow the light.
Get out! The king's love of the crown has consumed him. David, are you ready to be the next king?
What? No.
No?
Don't mess this up for me, David. I get to be a princess.
David tells the story of, well, David, the biblical king of the Israelites back some, I guess it was 800 years before the birth of Christ. You may remember, he's that young dude who took down the giant Goliath with just one stone. So yeah, this is the story of David as a young shepherd who was anointed to become the new king. And so we see the Goliath story, but then we spend most of the time with young David on the run because Saul, who is the current king, well, he's not too keen on letting this young upstart take over his throne. So this is the latest from Angel Studios, which is a faith-based distribution company. And look, like I said, I think they do a very good job at balancing the needs of pop culture, comedy and action, but also with the stuff that's a little preachy, but never too preachy. And they're walking the line here. And obviously this one based strictly on a Bible story, it errs a little more towards the preachy side, but that's fine. There's plenty of comedy here. There's some music, big animation, stuff that's aimed at keeping the kids entertained. On the positive side, first up is the animation, which I think looks really nice. It falls more on the cartoon side of the spectrum, but that allows for plenty of pratfalls and fun comic moments. The faces, though, are detailed enough to let us see what the characters are going through. Plus, I gotta tell you, I love the landscapes, the deserts and the skies. And I think the action sequences are also rendered pretty nicely. The animation on this one is really quite good. On the other hand, this is a musical, and I gotta tell you, I wasn't a fan of the music here. The songs are, I guess they're inoffensive, but they're, bubblegum pop type things, and I'm not sure how I feel about turning this major figure from the Bible into a boy band figure. And quite frankly, I didn't think the songs were all that memorable. So it's a musical, but just not a very good musical, I would argue. Then again, look, I am not the intended audience for this movie. And I suspect that back when I was in elementary school, I would have enjoyed this movie, music and all. Now as an adult, I recognize that the movie panders to kids' sensibilities, and I am not a fan of that, but I recognize that that is what needs to happen to hold prepubescent attention spans. So look, I'll give Angel Studios credit for another winner, although a slight one. I was more impressed with some of their recent films. King of Kings in particular is a much more creative take on a Bible story. Still, this one has enough to keep the kids entertained. So I give David 2 stars out of 4. I'm very interested to see how this one does in theaters. I know several people who'd say, if Angel Studios is releasing a movie, they're taking the whole family to see it on Sunday after church, as long as there's not a football game. I mean, we are in Texas after all. But there are some families out there just say, hey, look, if Angel Studios is putting out a movie, I'm going to see it. And look, I think this one is fine. I think it's just fine, though. I don't think it's as good as some of the recent ones. But hey, that's me. What do you think about this movie? I hope you go see it. And I hope you come back and comment below and tell me what you think about it. So, and comment. Tell me what you think is the best of the Angel Studios. I have my own personal favorites here. I really liked Sketch. I'll be honest with you. I thought that was great of the recent ones. But anyway, comment below. And of course, subscribe to the podcast. It is called Two Movie Guys. And every week, my friend Joe Fryer and I get together. We chat about all of the week's big new movies. Just search for Two Movie Guys wherever you get your podcasts. Okay, we're just getting started on the weekend. It's a weekend with one very big movie called Avatar: Fire and Ash. We will get to that one in a bit, but coming up next, we'll talk about a new dramedy called Is This Thing On? We'll see you then. Bye.